Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
We are tracking yet another chance of rain as the weekend rolls in. We'll tell you how much of the two-day stretch is going to end up wet.
One day after accepting walk-ins, dozens show up to Ford Field without appointments, but walk away empty-handed.
Taser, taser, taser! Get on the ground!
But we begin with this dramatic confrontation following a police chase in Farmington Hills. Officers forced to go to great lengths to get the suspect driving a stolen car.
Local 4 defender Sean Lay joins us live tonight. And Sean, police were monitoring a local business when this all went down.
Karen, Kimberly, you're exactly right. 12 and Orchard Lake monitoring the parking lot outside a hookah lounge where there had been some trouble. Officers there watching. They spot a Dodge Durango stolen out of Detroit. They box it in. He smashes his way past police officers, and then watch what happens next. Let's put you behind the wheel of a Farmington Hills police cruiser during a wild chase where the driver of that stolen Durango will not stop. And watch this. Once, twice, 3 times, the officer tries a pit maneuver. And even that didn't work until this major impact. And that still did not stop this guy.
The suspect quickly exited the vehicle and fled on foot.
Let's switch you now to police body cameras and hold on, chasing after this guy. And watch this officer go over a fence, full sprint.
Let the dog go! Let the dog go!
And then the takedown.
Taser, taser, taser! Get on the ground!
The thing is, police believe this guy was armed the entire time after they retraced these steps in daylight.
The next morning during daylight, where investigators recovered a fully loaded handgun from the area believed to be involved in the incident.
From pursuit to pit maneuver to full-on foot chase, Farmington Hills police did not let up until they got their man. Back here live tonight, you're almost out of breath watching all of that. Turns out the man they took into custody was actually out on bond from a shooting incident at Somerset a bit earlier. He is in custody, facing a long list of charges tonight. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Hey, Sean, thank you. A dry and somewhat cool night as we kick off the weekend, but Ben is tracking showers.
So, Ben, will we get at least part of our weekend saved before all that rain hits?
Yeah, Karen, I think we're going to get the entire, at least daylight period in for both days. We're going to sort of sandwich this stuff in during the nighttime hours, which if you got to have weekend rain, that's probably the place to do it. Let's look outside tonight. Temperatures a little bit cooler than we've been used to, but at least the winds have calmed down. Still noticeable out there at about 5 to 15 miles per hour, but notice the temperatures are in the 40s, 48, one of the warmer spots, and that's in Detroit. We do have showers there. The next system starting to build out to our west in parts of Iowa and Missouri, but not going to get here until we finish the day on Saturday, about 11 o'clock. So about 24 hours from now, we'll start seeing those showers in the west and south zone. They'll stay with us overnight, but should be gone by the time the sun comes up, and then we get to enjoy the rest of the day dry, with the exception of maybe a stray instability shower there in the late morning, early afternoon. But I think most of us are going to stay dry. 59 Saturday, 53 on Sunday as that rain comes to an end. So the weekend not half bad, but we've got both warmer and colder temperatures in the 7-day forecast, and that includes Tigers opening day. We'll look at that in just a few minutes, guys.
All right, looking forward to that big day. Thank you, Ben. Now, let's move to the coronavirus as the state records a second straight day of more than 5,000 cases.
Michigan reported 5,030 new cases and 20 additional deaths. The state has now recorded more than 16,000 deaths from the virus.
And with our surge in cases, schools are asking parents to limit their children's exposure over spring break.
Several restaurants and institutions, such as the DIA, have also decided to close their doors for the next week. But we begin tonight with our Mara McDonald at Ford Field. And Mara, let's talk about the vaccine process there. How'd it go today?
Well, there was an issue, Kimberly, in that a lot of people, about 75, sort of showed up here freestyling it, hoping they would have some extra vaccines left over. Let me show you. After missing out on that opportunity that popped up late yesterday, some people decided to wing it and hang out at Ford Field, hoping there would be enough no-shows today so extra vaccine was available and they could get it.
Figured it's worth a shot. You know, if it doesn't work out, not a big deal, but at least we can say, and it's kind of cool just to be a part of this too, to see it firsthand.
Not everybody was as chill as Rob.
If you don't have an appointment, you have to leave. That's not cool, man.
When police told the crowd of about 75 there would be no walk-ins today because they were overbooked, some people gave police a really hard time and didn't want to leave. And that's a problem because people waiting in line who have no appointment slow the process down for the people who do. If you do want to roll the dice, wait in your car or stand away from the entrance. Frustration levels are rising along with our COVID numbers. St. Clair County's health department sending out an alert tonight recommending work from home and strict mitigation strategies for businesses that require in-person workers. And Wayne County school superintendents have sent out a unified call asking parents to please keep their children socially distanced over next week's spring break. They don't want to have to go back to full remote learning if the cases continue to rise.
With the higher community spread right now, we really need everybody to pitch in to help out, stay masked and stay socially distanced outside of the school day.
Back here live, something to consider over the coming days. Don't be surprised if you see businesses and some attractions decide that they just are going to voluntarily shut down to foot traffic. The DIA has decided to do it and close to foot traffic until April 2nd. And I think it's important to put some of these numbers in some sort of context so people understand what the issue is. For example, just looking at Wayne County, in January, 5.9% of the COVID cases were hospitalized. So far in March, that number is up to 32%. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Hey, Mara. A man is arrested after a hit-and-run crash in Allen Park kills a 107-year-old woman. Police tell us officers arrested a 19-year-old man at a Meijer as he was buying bandages. He was injured in the crash at Goddard and Beck this afternoon. He's now in the hospital and is awaiting charges. Police say officers were able to identify the driver after posting to social media a picture someone took of him at the scene.
After referring to Governor Whitmer, Attorney General Nessel, and Secretary of State Benson as witches, tonight the chair of Michigan's Republican Party is addressing his comments, but not offering an apology. Ron Weiser, who is also a University of Michigan regent, made the remarks while speaking to a group of Republicans last night. 3 Democratic Board of Regent members have now called on Weiser to resign. He released a statement on social media saying he will not be stepping down from the U of M board. His statement reads in part, "I made some comments that are clearly being taken out of context. While I should have chosen my words more carefully, anyone who knows me understands I would never advocate for violence."
A 6th Michigan man is now charged in the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol. 45-year-old Anthony Williams from Southgate was arrested after federal agents recovered videos and selfies from inside the Capitol that he posted on Facebook. The posts had been deleted but were sent to the FBI by a tipster who had taken screen grabs. Williams is charged with breaking into the Capitol, obstructing Congress, and disorderly conduct.
Michigan's Attorney General is closing an investigation into Michigan State University after the school denies giving up documents related to Larry Nassar. The AG's office asked MSU for nearly 6,000 documents. MSU won't give them up on the basis of attorney-client privilege. Nassar's office says this is forcing them to close the investigation without completing it. 3 people were charged as a result of the investigation.
Still ahead, a police chase through a Macomb County community.
We'll tell you what happened when he tried making a run for it.